$85, number 266955. And here's a whole banker's roll. Look at that. A roll of 20 of the year 2002 Silver Eagles in the original Treasury roll. Also very nicely graded for you to take that worry out. So if you have the good coins, the bad coins. And the year 2002 Silver Eagle MS67. Look at that grading there. Only $23. That's that new 2002, number 266590. And you have to meet right now one of the greats, one of America's leading coin experts in grading. For 40 years, he's been in coins and 20 years doing the grading. Richard, good to see you.
Well, pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
I love this grading. We've, in 9 years, never had the grading. He's like our grading man coming in here. Why is it so important? I mean, you're here to really share some great knowledge.
Grading is really the backbone of coin collecting. Coins have, their value comes from three different parts. One, what they're made out of, whether they're made out of silver, gold, or copper. Then, when they were made. The year they were made, there were certain years that were more rare than others. Sometimes they call them common, but there's really no such thing as a common coin when it comes to collectibles. But the main thrust, the main valuation of a coin comes in its grade. And what that means is, what condition is it in? Has this coin been run over by a truck, it's all scratched and dented, or is it brand new condition, right out of the mint? When that die came down and stamped it, is it in that beautiful, shiny, perfect condition? And that's what the grading difference is.
So when Richard speaks, we all listen. We'll listen to that great grading system here. The very first item is going to take you back to the Roman Emperor here. The Roman Empire here, and it's very well nicely done for you. There's a package on this one. And what we have here, take a close look, because the Roman ancient bronze coin with certificate and holder, it's only $19.95. It's number 266860. And if you wanted to get a coin of many years ago, it'd be kind of tough to do these days, wouldn't it?
Well, especially a coin that's nearly 2,000 years old. Wow. To be exact, it's between 1,600 and 1,800 years old. And it's a Roman coin. And again, not made in Rome yesterday, but made in Rome during the time of the Caesars. And this coin, it still amazes me. I've been in the coin business now for full-time for 20 years and a collector for 40 years. And whenever I see something like this, I still get chills. The history behind a coin like this, the people that possibly could have held this coin in their hand over the 2,000 years, people like Henry VIII, Charlemagne, Attila the Hun, I mean, depending on which side you want to look, it's just a phenomenal coin. And then people look at it and go, how did a coin like this possibly survive for 2,000 years? Well,
you're going to see how this is packaged, and you really did a nice job of this packaging here.
Oh, the packaging is great.
Here we have, on the beginning of the package here, you'll see, ancient Rome bronze coins. Okay, and you open up the little, it'll have a little story on the inside. It's a great education piece. You have children, you want to take them back, you know, almost 2,000 years. And to have this in your hand, I mean, can you imagine having this in your hand? And who knows who could have held that, but what a great way to hold a piece of history. One of the treasures that was found on the earth, but it was used. This was a coin actually being used. Now, if you had to relate that to today's coins, would it be like a penny?
This would be equal to the penny of the time. They did have silver and gold coins at that time, but the average person, which was the bulk of the people, did not have silver and gold. They had this coin. And what's interesting about this coin, it was also sort of the newspaper of the time. Because whenever a new leader came into power, an emperor or a governor, they would make a coin, or he would make a coin commemorating himself. They had egos back then also. And on the back of the coin, if he had some famous battle that he was in, they would put a scene of soldiers or of a ship. So when people got this coin, when they went to the market to sell their goods, they would look at it and go, oh, we've got a new emperor, we got a new coin, and this is what he did. Because they were illiterate at the time, they didn't have newspapers.
Yeah, some of those emperors only lasted a few weeks.
That's true. And usually when they left for whatever reason, they got rid of their coins. The new emperor sort of called in the old coins, melted them down.
Time for a meltdown.
That's right, made new ones.
Hey, this is brand new. It's a Roman ancient bronze coin. Now, it's certified, which is really important when you get something and you're at a store and you're wondering, boy, is it a real one? It's really important to have that certified, isn't it?
That certification is everything. It takes away, as I like to call it, the stomach factor. You look at something, did I make the right decision? Is this really what I bought? Is it really what they say it is? Well, it is. This is a certified coin. You're guaranteed 100%. This is a real, nearly 2,000-year-old coin. And it's just amazing how they were able to survive all this time.
We're going to put this in your hands in about 5 days. These are in the inventory already. We're celebrating 9 years of the coin collecting right here at HSN. And to start the show off with, we want to give you a chance to own the very ancient Roman bronze coin. Now, this wasn't made like they make coins today. You go back 2,000 years ago, it was a different system altogether, wasn't it?
It was interesting. They would take a crude die that they had cut out by hand, lay it on a tree stump somewhere, take literally a blob of this bronze, which is a mixture of copper and tin, lay it on top of the die, put another die on top of it, and then just hit the whole thing with a big sledgehammer or a big rock. So no two are the same. Every single one is different. It just depends on how that die sat on top of that blob of bronze.
And that little piece is going back almost 2,000 years. And that's a real, genuine Roman ancient coin. And Rome was around about, what, about 1,000 years?
Rome was around 1,000 years, then there was the Byzantine Empire after that for another 1,000 years.
When you make a call right now, it's going to be there about 5 to 10 days. These coin collecting shows will bring you some brand new ideas here. If you have children, you want to give a great present, these make darling gifts. You have children going to school. I remember going to school one day and I had my grandpa give me an old Morgan silver dollar. Oh, I had a treasure. Because you never see them, and then you show somebody else who see a coin like that, and that's usually how you almost start collecting coins.
And I assume they still have show and tell, as I called it when I was in school, but
yeah.
Could you imagine a child coming in with a 2,000-year-old coin for show and tell?
Yeah.
I mean, this brings history to life.
The first thing you want to do is you want to touch it. There it is. It's all in capsule for you. Now, still coming up, you'll see a lot of coins in this next 2 hours. 2 hours of coins this morning. And we're going to be jumping on this 1908 here to 1932, that $20 St. Gordon's. Now, this is uncirculated. It'll be out there with a special grading system to it. First time we've had these grading systems offered to you, and that's number 266-959. Now, before we get to that, let me show you this also. We have callers calling in already. We have the Quarter Collector's Paradise. This is the new Paradise Collection with 45 state quarters. It's a $115 value, which will sell it at, but for this anniversary, for this one special day, it's going to be $99.95. Because when you celebrate 9 years, we have 9 years of celebration, there'll be something special coming along with that.